Hello, my name is Steve Quirk. I'm continuing on with my video series on my IRONCLADS ERHER FLYERS version of the USS Monitor, the USS Virginia, and the H L Huntley Submarine from the American Civil War. IRONCLADS ERHER FLYERS is a tabletop miniatures wargame system that is a aeronaval warfare that also features outer space genre from the Space 1889 RPG system universe. I've already completed the designs of the Attacker, which is based on the USS Virginia, and the Defender, which is based on the USS Monitor. And now I'm going to make a submarine design based on the H L Huntley. One of the things I'm going to do is, first thing before I do anything, I did the research and stuff, but I'm going to do a final check for mine warfare, see what this game says concerning mine warfare. H L Huntley originally was designed to drag a mine underneath the ships. Okay, this is ship designers. And so basically you had a big action. That was the original plan for the submarine, H L Huntley. The mine would go on the surface and hit the thing. But what they ended up doing was spawn the thing, and then you had a little explosive device here, and then it's stuck. On the thing, and then so that's what it looked like after that. So what I'm going to do I actually had a ballast here. I may or may not have a, what I want to do is maybe I have two of those again. Maybe I have a torpedo tube here. So when you look at it from the ballast, you have your torpedo tube like this. And if you look at it from the top, look something like. And something like that. These are the torpedo tubes. Something like that. So this is what I'm going. This is what I'm going to be working on. And actually the whole thing. Yeah. This is what I'm going to be doing. So that's how my summer is going to differ. And on top of that, it's going to have a, well, this would be a snorkel. So, and this would have a steam engine. And then, so there's a steam engine there. And that's driving the shafts. Did they have a periscope in the 1850s, 1880s? Periscope would be something like this, and then maybe they would have periscope, maybe. I don't know. Something like that. So that's what I'm envisioning. This is how I'm envisioning the my 1880s version of the Huntley. So, naval bombardment, game length and victory, amphibious landings, neutrals, blockades, repairs, weather, commerce rating, battles, sighting, endurance, movement. Okay. Coastal ships carry 10 units of coal each. Okay. So 1 unit of coal would be 1 ton. 10 tons. That unit would be a coal bunker size. So they have coal bunker 10. Well, yeah. And that. Ocean-going ships and flyers would have 25 units of coal. Ships consume 1 unit of coal per hex moves at a normal speed, and 2 units go at high speed. So how does that relate to movement allowance in the battle? Okay, a ship may take on 10 units of coal per day. A maximum of 4 ships may take on coal at the same time at a coaling station. Maximum of 8 ships can take coal at the same time at a port, and a maximum of 12 ships can take on coal simultaneously at a naval base. So line of sight, non-explosion rounds, shore batteries, depth bombs, deep diving submarines, communication signals, crew quality. Okay, these are exotic bombs. Tethered mines is not. That's a fictional weapon system. Zeppelins, ramming, penetration, damage, fire combat, towing, altitude movement. Okay, there's rules for aeroflyers that are different from the naval. Submarines, depth, torpedo nets, torpedoes, towing, harbor, ship forms, machine guns, armor penetration, so we do not have naval mine. Okay. So, naval mine warfare is not a thing. So, looking into the dragging of the mines design is not possible. Is non-doable. Let's see here. Well, this is the Virginia, this is the Monitor. Hull size 1, I'm going to change it to hull size 2. So, I did this the other day. So, basically what I'm going to do here is this is going to be all size 2, which is 100 feet. And drafting skills kicking in. And this is going to be 10 feet. Actually, when you make an arrow on the drafting, the length is 3 and the beam is 1. So it's actually scaled in a specific way. So this would be like 1/8 inch wide, and then this would be 1 inch, and then this number would be 3/8. Or 1/16 and 3/16. So it's one hollow size 2. And on the hull, for example, we could, the alternative would be, okay, on the, using the mini sub design, we can put a torpedo here inside the hull and say nope to these. So you would have a torpedo tube here and those are the alternate methodologies. Okay. So, okay, let's see here. All right. Canadian Navy. We're going to just call this Huntley. And this is the calculation sheet. One, two, three, four. Oh yeah. And this is a crate. I did not do this correctly. Whatever. Calculation sheet. So this. And let's see here. Oops. Okay, this is all my own stuff. Everything before this is game system data. This is my personal data. So there's the Warship. I just could use one back here. Yeah, we're going to use the armor, primary, secondary. So even though I didn't list the armor here, I'm gonna put armor on this one. Bed armor, deck armor, for consistency on this thing. That's all I needed. I need to get up and close and personal because I can't see the lines at a distance. You cannot see the line, these lines here. The camera won't allow it, but I can see them without my glasses. I can see the lines right up close. Wearing glasses at this range is really messed up. I don't need it. I need glasses to see the distances. So. And I have stigmatism now, permanent stigmatism. But so I can't go to H-E-B, Walmart, whatever, buy reading glasses because stigmatism. So it kind of sucks. And then we're going to flip it. Now, I need to have glasses to align these because now there's two things going on. I have stigmatism, so what that means is instead of seeing one line, okay, if I this line here, I see two lines. And on top of that, even without the stigmatism, because I'm nearsighted, at range these lines are blurry. So in effect what happens is I can see two lines and both lines are blurry. So everything, there's I got an edge here for the object. There's two edges, one for the object, and there's two edges here. And so you get one edge has the coloring of this, and the other edge has the coloring of what's behind the thing, like those file boxes back there. So there is there's like 3 layers of imagery going on, and it's all blurred, basically you have, there's a picture, and there is that, and you got a barrier here, and so for the one barrier it's all black, real dark here, and then you have and then there's that, so everything has like 3 layers of boundaries, and it's a curse and it's a benefit. I can find things sometimes because of this. I can see things, I can notice things that I would not be able to notice when I'm wearing my glasses, and because of this, I can wear, when I wear my glasses, I can notice things that I would not be able to notice with this vision. So me wearing glasses, I don't need to wear glasses all the time. There's advantages to wearing glasses and there's disadvantages to wearing glasses. My eyes are sensitive to light, so if I'm driving at night and cars drive, head on with normal beams, that hurts my eyes. So I have to drive. I take off my glasses, and it diffuses that, and it's not a problem. But so I wear but sometimes. But I can't see details. I can't, if there's a lot of light, 2 or 3 cars in a row going down the road blinds me. It's like hurts my eyes. But like a single car is not a major problem. But if you got 3 cars right one behind the other, that causes problems for me. So I wear sunglasses at night, clip-ons, and for the longest time I just do just black lenses, which is good for daytime, but at nighttime those dark lenses knocks out everything else, and I can't hardly see. It's like a person in a black shirt will not be able to see, or with the clip-ons on. But with the clip-ons, I will be able to see that. I recently acquired yellow tint clip-ons because black ones weren't available, and I started using them at night. It's like, oh yeah, this works. But everything, all the light sources gets tinted to yellow. It's a blue light source, a white light source, whatever. Everything gets shifted to yellow. And when I'm driving at night, I forget that I have my clip-ons, my yellow clip-ons on. But if I notice that, all the lights are yellowish, I got my clip-ons on. That's the only way I can tell. But I can see the white lines on the road. I can see the yellow lines on the road, and there is some coloration. Now, back in 91, 92, when I was homeless, my glasses broke, and I got a prescription glasses with red tint, and it was experimental. And the glasses was still. I went to the eye doctor, which was next to the Salvation Army, and they said I picked it up. I did not. It turns out some Mexican gangsters got those glasses instead. And so some black gangsters killed off a couple of Mexicans gangsters and gave me those clip-ons, and they were have me pass off as one of the Mexican gangsters. And when I was driving around with those red tinted glasses, and with a perfect, and the prescription was perfect for me. And it's like, oh my God, I could see all the colors, like, without wearing, without having, it's like I'm not wearing sunglasses at all. It was awesome. But, yeah. But that went bye-bye because the black gangsters took me to the Mexican gangsters, and I ended up, the black gangsters took my glasses away from me. Give it back to the Mexicans. So what the fuck ever. Okay. So so homelessness is not a good thing. Just zoom up the back end here. Armament. Placement. Firing arc. Weight. Cost. And since we're at level, we're doing 3 over here instead of 4. Total armament cost. And this is the Fini. Don't need that anymore. Huntley Submarine Stephen D. Quill. Do the same thing on the back side. Yeah, let's just get rid of it, knock that out. Okay, Huntley Submarine and Stephen Quill. Now, let's just go back and just let's go down just okay. Okay, so we have what? Total costs. Nationality. Class. Hull size. Length. Okay. Tube on back. Length. Ram. engine size, engine type, engine weight, endurance. Okay, we're gonna have to figure how that works. Every game system has a mismatch in its rule designs and its rule system and mechanics, especially when it comes to character designs or vehicle designs. There is a mismatch in one form or another. Some game systems have more serious mismatches than others. Propulsion horsepower, speed, movement, and what we got, on the horsepower count, we could there would be a category of engine size, but that would mean bringing it down even more, and I'm not going to do that. Just look at this number here, then multiply with 1250. Okay, speed, engine size. And ship tonnage. Yeah, I done tonnage before, so everybody, and it crapped out. Okay, so like I said, if you read my text on my videos, I've done this before. I've been doing this between in the 1980s, 86, 88. That's this is copyright 89. So 89, 90 is when I got this game system. So basically 1980s, throughout the 1990s. And 2000 years is when I've been doing this stuff. This particular campaign game system. PW. So this is nothing new to me actually. Speed. I'm just revisiting something I haven't touched in like 10 years. All size. Knots. So then we have coal bunker. Bunker size. Okay. And okay. You can see what's going on now. Bunker weight. Come on. I'll stop in there. Engine size. Wait a minute. Not endurance, engine costs. Now, I'm 60 years old. And in the 1970s, that was in my own school years, and even in 5th and 6th grade, which is what, 76, 77, 78, I was living in Spencer, Wisconsin. And they were trying to, the teacher was wanting me to write right-handed, and that ain't happening. That could not, even, and then it was not going to happen at all. Then, because, oh, you're left-handed, you need to be like writing like this. And I've never written like this. I've always mirrored, but they were doing, okay, that hurts, and you hold it like this, I just did the mirror image, oh, just, okay, and so I learned how to write this way. I don't write like this. I see left-handers write, I can do that. I can't do that. And great players go, how can you do that? I can't do that. But it's, I make a lot of mistakes. So this, if writing like this, actually may help make things easier as far as errors, because less errors maybe. I don't know, I just go like this. And if I'm writing in pencil, which I always do, everything gets smudged along the way. And you have, actually, you're supposed to have, as a left-hander, you're supposed to have a sheet of paper on your hand so that way you don't smudge everything. Whatever. Okay. And engine costs. Engine weight. Where are you? Where's the engine? Nope. Coupon. Engine size. and endurance. So in Spencer, Wisconsin, my math teacher, he's the one that was pushing this, started having me do put me up against the right-hander on the things, on the chart, and started writing, do math. And with the right-hander, you do 0, then 0, 0, 0, 0. Me, I'm going like this, and I sometimes have a little tail on here, especially when I write a bunch of zeros real fast. I end up with a little tail. It looks like a 6. And that does not happen with right-handers. I think they go like this or something. I took art class in this, and Spencer, Wisconsin, I pissed off the art teacher. You know, I was writing bunches, you know, I finished before the guy, the right-hander does. You know, like, what's the math to this? Oh, that's 6,000. 6,0. And I'd be done by, you know, a fraction of a second, you know, or a second before this guy, the other right-hander, was done. But I also had, you know, little tails on this, you know, on the zeros, and the teacher subtracted the tail, you know, my speed on the tails on the 6s, on my zeros. But that's only when those tails don't exist when I was really rushing. If I was just doing the standard speed, and the tails would not exist, you know. And yeah. I got a lot of harassments, bullying, public humiliation, bullshit, all my life. Back when I was 3 years old, when I started interacting with other kids in the school neighborhood. Okay. Belt armor. Value. Belt type. Belt size. Belt weight. Deck armor. Value. All size. Deck weight. Battery armor. Value. All. Turrets. Max. Total. Size. Guns. Battery weight. Now, there is a difference in inking with pen and with pencil. Now, if I use 0.5 millimeter lead, I might be able to get all this in, maybe. But, but I was using 0.07 millimeter lead, so I can't get everything in there. And with pen, I can get everything in there. So there's advantages to pens versus pencils, lead versus ink, but I prefer lead. But there are times when you need to use ink because, like for the status sheet, I need ink because I do a lot of racing and have to redo a bunch of data. If I was to use this sheet in lead, it would be untenable, not worth it. Okay, bulkheads. So whenever in school, in high school, teachers gave us options to write in pencil or write in ink, I would always write in pencil. Even my personal projects, role-playing games, during my high school years, I was involved in role-playing games. I was also involved in studying military technology and history as a personal hobby. And I wrote letters to the USA multimedia industry, newspapers, news magazines, TV shows, about anything and everything. And sometimes I use ink, sometimes I use pencil. Sometimes I use cursive. And sometimes I don't. And sometimes I use the normal writings. Okay. For example, this is drafting technique. This is okay. This is drafting. This is drafting. This is standard. Now, actually, this, if you're doing all capitals, that's normal. That's a normal standard. This is more drafting technique. This would be possible. Do this drafting technique. You do this in your normal writings. If you're trying to capitalize something, and then there's italics, and then so. Normal. Okay. So I use cursor to represent italics in my writings. But during my high school years, it was in flux. I did this and I did this for small capital case and small case. I switched between these two methods during my high school years. I use this mostly for school because that's what they required. And then personal projects, I was doing this at home for my personal projects. But eventually I stopped doing this because letters like B and D, I miss. So my B sometimes comes out like this. My D sometimes comes out like this. G's would come out like this. You know, P, like I missed that, Yeah, I miss a lot, So, let's see if I can hit. Yeah. So I kind of abandoned this style for this. I do use it on very rare occasions. It's, okay. Let's see my reef. And the reef is next to the whiteout. I can't see it as much. I can see it, but the way the blanket is, there's a white patch there, and the eraser gets in there, and the blur vision kind of does that. Okay. Bulkheads. Okay, bulkheads, all size. Bulkhead weight. Primary to 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Primary turret. Value. All. Type. Size. Weight. Number. Total weight. Get rid of that because I just now can copy what's above. Secondary turret. I have a little bit of problem writing now because I'm at the edge of the board. Board. Value. Now, if I was sitting at a table, this would not be a problem. Actually, a lot of my work that I've done that did not require a typewriter is laying on the bed. Sometimes I lay on my side, or oh, that's two separate words. Okay, size. I did a lot of. I even did my homework on my bed, and on my side or whatever. I'm laying on my belly. Very girly. Okay, that's that. Now let's start doing some stuff. Let's see here. Let's look at my mathematics calculation sheet. Don't need this anymore. Huntley. Those. Okay, so Cleveland. Class Huntley. I broke the lead one through the pencil down. Hull size 2 instead of 1. That's 100 feet. No ram. Hull size 2 times 10. 20,000. 100 feet. Okay, I'm gonna need that and that. So hull size, shallow draft. Okay, medium draft is anything greater than hull size, which is anything less than hull size times 2. So greater than hull size 2. So this medium draft had this hull size 3. Okay, let's see the draft. Medium. So the minimum is 3, maximum is 6. Times anything less than hull size times 2, which is 4. So it has to be medium 3. So it has to be mass 3. There is no anything much about that. So a mass would be anywhere between 3 times 250 is 750 tons. Hull size 2 times 250 is 500, so anything above anything 501 tons. So yeah, so we're looking at in between 501 and 750. 4 strong. So this thing is around, this is going to be an 1885. Year, I don't have the, okay. This would be an 1885 plus ship. Okay, speed. So this was speed 1. It was like 5 knots or something like that. It was hand cranked. So it had a speed, maximum speed of 5 knots. This is speed 0. Speed 1, okay, movement would be, movement 1 would be anything from 5 knots to 9 knots. So all size. -2, -2. Rating. Three knots. 7 knots. So value is PW action. There we go. PW would be what? For 3 knots. PW1. For 7 knots. PW5. Okay, 501 tons. PW1 would be times 1,000. Wait. Okay. Speed is a function of power to weight ratio, length of the hull. Okay. multiply engine size by 1,000, divide by a total ship tonnage to determine the PW's value. So the smallest value is 1,000. Okay. That would be engine size. Well, engine size of 1, which is the man, it's 1,000. No, I do numbers. I have different styles. I use 2 different styles. Style number 1. Style number 2. Okay, I'm American, so we use the European metric system does. It's really bizarre. They space and they like space. Okay, or what? Okay. 4 million. So it's it's like okay. 0.00. Okay, and then they would do comma 0.0000. Something like that. Whatever. Oh, wait. And I forgot why would they use a comma? It's I don't know why they use a decimal point. I don't know. It's it's weird. And so okay, back to this. So we have 1,000. So the PW would actually be, well, it's 750 tons. engine size. So let's go, okay. So that'd be 1, 501, 9, 9, 4, 9, 0, 45, 1, 8, 4, 0, 9, 'So the PW would actually be 1.99. Okay, 501 times 5. 50205. So you need to have a that'd be engine of 3000. You need an engine size 3, which is 3000. So 501 divided by 3000 is 525. Oops. Yeah. Correction. Not 50. 5. 5, 0, 2, 5. 5, 9, 9. Wait. I'm so 495. 2990. Okay. And then that's 9. 5, 0, 45. 5, 4. That's 8. Two, 4, 4. So that would be a 5.98 PW. Okay, so let's do the armor. There's a guy that I put on my armor values on here. Yeah, because I was using speed 1. Needed to have a speed 9. I need to have the PW needed to be 7 and 18. Now because I'm hull size 4, I'm in hull size 2. All I need is a PW of 1 and a 5. Between 1 and 5. So the engines are going to be much smaller. Oh, okay. Yeah, Tezzy came in and knocked out, was begging for attention, was doing this. So, okay. And that's turtle. Okay, let's see here. Oops, come on. So the only armor we need to deal with is deck armor. Value, hull size, deck weight. Belt armor is value, belt type, hull size, and belt weight. Well, since we got the weight, we can, I'm going to use 2 torpedo tubes instead of 1. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Fixed tube. 5 tons, okay. Bow. Forward, forward, weight, 5. Cost is 200. Oh, it's a deck tube that costs 200 and it's not. Fixed tube that costs 100. And so that's 10 tons right there. Okay, okay. So total weight is based on ram weight, zero tons. Engine weight, coal bunker, armor weight, and armament weight. Same thing as your total weight. So armor weight is unknown at this time. Armament weight is 10 tons. So be too familiar with the armament is. Okay. Okay, penetration. If the armor value exceeds the penetration half the gun's value, it just results in fact. Okay, for example, if the armor value of a target is more than twice the penetration of the firing, the gun has no effect. More than twice. So 2 plus. So we want quick firing guns with a penetration of 1. Machine guns have no penetration. So times 2. So we need armor value of 3 to prevent QF machine cannons and machine guns from actually hurting the ship. Armor value of 3. All size 2. Deck weight. Okay. Deck. Weight of armor deck is equal to hull size 2 multiplied to our armor value 3, so that's 6 times 50. That's 300 tons. We're going for a full belt. All size 2. So, let's see here. The weight of a full-length armor is equal to its armor value 3 times the hull size 2 multiplied by 30. That's 60 tons. $60 tons. Okay. So total armor is 360 tons. Lever is plus 2 zeros. This is 36,000. Lever, I think, is right in French, actually. So, okay, So armor weighs 360 tons. Okay, so okay, so 501 subtract 370. One, three, four, 131 tons. So, let's see here what that is. Size 1. We can go with conventional. Just add it. Okay. Well, it was 5 tons. And then we need endurance. Okay, so let's do endurance calculation. So yeah, we go with 10 tons. And then the coal bunker would be 130 minus 10, which is 120. Which would be size 12. One 31 subtract 10. $121. Now, actually, what we can do. So that's 12 days. What we can also do is let's look at this data sheet. Okay, so oh, okay, that's speed. Okay, now we can go with speed 5. Okay, inside, okay. So, okay, there we go. In size 3, set, okay, at 131. Okay, so at $131, track 30. This is 101 tons. Oh, 101 weight. Okay. Alrighty. Wrong looks. Okay. What's his size? One. Nope. Size 10. So now, on this endurance, is ES 1000 divided by 501. BS times 10 divided by engine size. Okay. BS by, let's see here. BS times 10 divided by ES. Okay, bunker size. Okay, 12, that's 120 divided by 10, which is the engine size. Which is 12 days. E equals BS times 10. That's 30. No. And just bunker size 10 times 10 is 100. Divided by engine size, which is 3. Let's do that. 3.33, I think. Yeah, 3 repeatings. Okay. Which is 33 days. Yeah. No. Engine size 1. This is 120 days. Let's do the math. Let's do the math properly. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Okay. And this bunker size times 12 times 10 over engine size, which is 1. Therefore, that's 120 over 1. Therefore, endurance is 120 days. Now we go over here. Bunker size is 10 times 10 over engine size, which is 3. 100 over 3 equals 33.3 days. On 3 days. Now I like to go as 2 digits because this can range from 0 to 9. And I like to know how close it is to the 0.3 mark. So, but now we're minus a ton. So engine weight It's 30 tons. And coal bunker weight is 100 tons. So we have 30, 100, 30, 130, 470, 480. Nope, correction, 370. Normally it's 360. No. But the total weighs RAM, so yeah, that's okay. Next. So oh, I forgot the armor weight. Wait. What's going on here? I did my math wrong. 694. 3 tons, 100. Oh, that's 130 tons. Zero 9 0 500 tons. This is in the light category. And we want to put in a medium category, so we need to have a coal bunker size of 11. So engine, okay, let's see here. Conventional. No, okay. Carbuncle size 11. Engine size 3. Ship weight is 510. Engine size 3. Engine size 3. Engine type conventional. What the unconventional. $110 tons. Okay, conventional 30 tons. That's 1,000. Okay. Conventional steam cost 1,000. Cost 4-star engines cost 2,000. That's 3,000. So we're doing 3 divided by 100, 10. Three, that's 9. 20, that's 6. Yeah, that's 36 days. $36.6 days. Okay. So armor is 3. Full. All size 2. 6. That's 300 tons. Deck armor is 3. All size 2. And that's 60 tons. There's no battery armor, there's no Oh yeah, there's no total. Wait. Yeah, there are no guns in the batteries. Okay. Bulkheads there. There is no bulkhead. Hull size 2. There is none. So guns, torpedoes would count as part of the guns if you had to. But that's not happening. And then there's no turret. The hull size 2. No turret. Nothing. Hull size 2. Type none. 0, none. So the only thing for armor, so the only thing for armor is what? 300. 360. I can't write threes. So total weight is 360. Cost is 36,000. Ram weight is 0. Propulsion is 30. Bunker is 110. So that's 340. Right. Armor is 140. No. Wait. That's 360. That's 005. Oh, and then on back, yeah, 500. $505 and 510. Oh, the total costs is weapons cost is 200. Oh, whatever. So Now, so what is the PW? 510. Divided by 3,000. Is 5. 0, 5, 25. 0, 5, 4, 8. 0, 8, 4, 0. 0, 2, 4, 8, 0, 8, 4, 0, 0, 2, 1. So the PW is 588. .88. Speed is 7. All size 2. That's 9.88 knots. It goes down to 9 knots. It's a speed value 1. Which is pretty slow. Speed 2. We have to do a whole new series of mathematics on that. But we're going to leave it there at speed 1. Oh, finances. So how much does this critter cost? Um, 20,000 for haul. 3,000 for engine. $36,000 for armor. And then 204, okay, so that's 0, 0, 0, comma, 0, 2. And then we got 0, 0, 0, comma, 3, 2. And then 0, 0, 0, comma, 9, 5. And then for 59,000. We got that. So this is 100. 100. 0, 0, 1, comma, 9, 5. 0, 0, 2, comma, 9, 5. So the maximum is $59,200. Pounds, whatever. So the cost is $5,9,200.0. And that's the Huntley. That's the tuner and the live version of the Huntley for the 1889.